I'd like to introduce to you this morning someone I hope you've already met. Blake Perry is one of our youth here at Wilshire, and many of you have helped him recently in his Eagle Scout project by bringing donations for a project that was providing resources for migrant children coming across the border into Texas. And this was a great success. Blake, how did you get the idea to do this? Why were you inspired to do this particular thing?
Yeah, so my parents kind of came to me with the idea of helping people at the border, and I really wanted to do something a little less traditional for my Eagle Scout project. And another reason that I wanted to take on this project is because I wanted to involve a lot of people, and this was a great way to do that.
And you involved a lot of people at Wilshire for sure, and beyond. There was overflowing, which leads me to ask, how was the response? What did you collect and so forth?
Yeah, so it was a really amazing response. We got so many more donations of supplies than I could have ever expected. The congregation here and other churches, plus friends and family, were so generous. And I just want to thank everyone here for your generosity and help towards the project. And I want to thank Wilshire for letting me use the space for my project. And some examples of our donations that we got were 3,000 toothbrushes, 2,000 tubes of toothpaste, 500 shirts, 200 pairs of shoes, 1,000 pairs of socks, 300 backpacks, and the list goes on and on. But we estimate the total value of donations was between $12,000 and $15,000.
So that's a lot of good, but it's a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
So how did you manage all the work of that?
Yeah, so we had donations coming to the church almost every day, so sometimes we had to empty the donation buckets multiple times in a day, and we almost filled a room by the chapel completely. A few of the days before we delivered the items, we had almost 20 scouts come count, organize, and help pack the items into boxes, and then last Saturday, the scouts came up and loaded dozens of boxes into a trailer that my grandfather and I drove down to San Antonio to a Catholic Charities branch.
So you took all these items to Catholic Charities and handed it off to them. And what did you find out there about what's going to happen to them next?
Yeah, so when we got there, we were met at the facility by several people, including the executives of the charity, and they told us that they had been working delivering supplies and food to families that had recently crossed the border and were in need. And one way they do this is they take 2 vans to these areas, and one of the vans has a full kitchen that they can make meals in, and it'll also carry some of the supplies that we collected to be handed out to those people. And the other van is brand new, and it has a shower, a washer, and a dryer, and a lot of the things that the congregation donated will also be used in this van.
So one of the ideas, I think, behind an Eagle Scout project, and certainly behind any mission project that we do, is that we often learn something from that, more than just helping. What have you learned out of this that you maybe didn't know before?
Yeah, so for one thing, I met with a lot of members at the church that I didn't know before, and it was really nice to get to know all of you. And what many of you guys told me was you wanted to help the children down at the border, but you didn't really know how, and so this was a great way to do that. And I also learned that we have several Eagle Scouts in the congregation too, so that was cool to know. And I also learned from Catholic Charities that the most helpful groups that they have to donate to them and help are the Mormon and the Baptists. So.
Okay, very good. Not surprised by either of those, actually, right? Thank you, Wilshire, for being a part of this wonderful project, and thank you, Blake, for taking this on and providing excellent leadership for us.